If you took an average amateur footballer and dropped them into a professional training session tomorrow, something strange would happen. It wouldn't be their first touch that stood out. It wouldn't be their pace. It wouldn't even be their shooting. The biggest difference would be the hundreds of tiny habits they never realized mattered. Because professional football isn't won by doing one extraordinary thing. It's won by doing ordinary things at an extraordinary level, every single day. Most players spend years searching for a secret drill, the perfect workout, or the next flashy skill move. Meanwhile, professionals are improving because of habits that rarely make it onto social media. Today, I'm going to show you 7 habits that separate elite footballers from everyone else. These aren't tricks. They're behaviors that shape how professionals train, think, recover, and perform under pressure. By the end of this video, you'll have a blueprint you can start using immediately, and if you commit to even a few of these habits, you'll begin improving in ways most players never do. Let's start with the first one. Habit number 1, they train with a purpose, not just for sweat. After a hard training session, many players judge themselves by one thing. Did I work hard? Professionals ask a different question. Did I get better? There's a huge difference. Running until you're exhausted might make you feel productive, but improvement comes from intentional practice. Imagine a striker who misses chances because his finishing falls apart under pressure. An amateur might spend an hour taking random shots from everywhere around the box. A professional identifies the real problem. Maybe it's finishing after sprinting. Maybe it's shooting with one touch. Maybe it's reacting quickly to rebounds. Every repetition has a reason. That's why elite players often leave training looking surprisingly fresh. They aren't wasting energy on exercises that don't solve their biggest weaknesses. A simple challenge for your next session. Before you start, write down one specific skill you're improving. Not dribbling. Not passing. Something measurable. I'll improve receiving the ball on my back foot. Or, I'll finish first time after a diagonal run. When every drill has a purpose, every session starts moving you forward. And that leads directly into the second habit. Habit number 2, they scan before the ball arrives. Watch almost any professional match closely. Before a midfielder receives the ball, they're already looking over both shoulders. Again. And again. And again. By the time the pass reaches them, they've already built a picture of the field. Who is pressing? Where is the space? Which teammate is making a run? Most amateurs only start thinking after their first touch. By then, it's too late. The defender has closed the gap. The passing lane has disappeared. The opportunity is gone. Great football isn't just fast feet. It's fast information. One reason players like Kevin De Bruyne seem to have so much time isn't because defenders move slower. It's because he's collecting information before anyone else. Here's a drill you can use immediately. During small-sided games, force yourself to check both shoulders before every reception. At first, it feels awkward. You'll probably forget. You'll even make mistakes. But after a few weeks, you'll notice something incredible. The game starts slowing down. Not because it actually is slower. Because your brain is finally working ahead of the play instead of chasing it. And speaking of the brain, the next habit has nothing to do with technique. Yet it changes everything. Habit number 3, they review their performances honestly. After a bad game, most players say things like, I was unlucky. The referee was terrible. My teammates weren't helping. Maybe that's true. Maybe it isn't. Professionals don't begin there. They begin with themselves. Every match becomes feedback. Every mistake becomes information. That's why many elite players spend almost as much time reviewing football as they do playing it. Not because they enjoy watching their errors. Because improvement starts with awareness. Think about it. If you lose possession 8 times but only remember the one amazing dribble you completed, what are you going to improve next week? Probably the wrong thing. Here's an exercise. After every match, answer these 3 questions. What did I do well? What mistake happened more than once? What will I focus on before my next game? Keep your answers in a notebook or on your phone. After a month, you'll begin seeing patterns. Maybe you're always receiving square instead of sideways. Maybe you're forcing risky passes. Maybe you're switching off after losing possession. Those patterns become your training plan. Professionals don't improve because they make fewer mistakes. They improve because they waste fewer mistakes. Every error teaches them something. And that brings us to one of the most overlooked habits in football. Habit number 4, they compete in every drill. You don't suddenly become competitive on match day. You build it every day before match day arrives. Watch professional training sessions. Whether it's a possession game, a finishing competition, or a simple rondo, every player wants to win. Not because there's a trophy waiting. Because competing has become part of their identity. That's why training intensity often looks so high. Every drill matters. Now compare that with many amateur sessions. The warm-up is relaxed. The passing drill is casual. Players laugh after misplaced passes. Nobody keeps score. Then Saturday arrives. And suddenly everyone expects themselves to perform under pressure. Pressure isn't something you switch on. You train it. Next time you're training with teammates, create consequences. Losing team collects the footballs. Winning team chooses the next drill. Keep score during finishing exercises. Time your passing circuits. Challenge your personal best. Those small competitive moments teach your brain to stay focused when the stakes rise. Over time, you'll notice something interesting. Match pressure won't feel as overwhelming anymore. Because you've already practiced performing when something was on the line. Now here's the exciting part. So far we've talked about how professionals train with intention, process information faster, learn from every performance, and compete every single day. But the final 3 habits are where the biggest transformation happens. One of them completely changes how elite players recover between matches. Another explains why some footballers keep improving year after year while others plateau. And the last habit might be the single biggest mindset difference between professionals and everyone else. If you've made it this far, you've probably noticed something. None of these habits require incredible talent. They don't depend on genetics. They don't require expensive equipment. Habit number 5, they recover like it's part of training. Ask most players what they did after yesterday's match and you'll hear something like, I went home. I played video games. I stayed up late. I skipped breakfast. Then they wonder why their legs feel heavy 2 days later. Professionals understand something that most amateurs overlook. Your body doesn't improve during training. It improves while it recovers. That's where adaptation happens. Every sprint, tackle, jump, and change of direction places stress on your muscles and nervous system. Training provides the stimulus. Recovery allows your body to become stronger, faster, and more prepared for the next session. That's why elite players treat recovery with the same seriousness as training itself. They prioritize sleep. They refuel properly after sessions. They stay hydrated throughout the day instead of only drinking water during practice. They don't ignore small aches until they become injuries. You don't need access to an elite recovery center to benefit from this mindset. Start with the basics. Aim for consistent sleep. Eat a balanced meal after training that includes carbohydrates and protein. Spend 5 to 10 minutes cooling down instead of immediately heading home. These aren't glamorous habits. They won't get millions of views online. But they're often the difference between arriving at training ready to improve, or simply trying to survive. And if recovery prepares your body, the next habit prepares your mind. Habit number 6, they stay present when the game gets chaotic. Every footballer has experienced it. You misplace one pass. Then another. Suddenly you're afraid to ask for the ball. Your confidence disappears. Instead of playing naturally, you begin playing cautiously. Professionals face the exact same moments. The difference is they recover much faster. Why? Because they don't allow one mistake to become 5. Great players understand that football moves too quickly to carry emotional baggage. Missed a chance. Reset. Lost possession. React. Made a poor decision. Learn from it later. Not during the next attack. One simple mental routine can help. Whenever you make a mistake, use this sequence. Accept. Reset. Communicate. Accept that it happened. Reset your focus by taking one deep breath or using a simple cue word like next. Then immediately help your team by pressing, recovering your position, or demanding the ball again. Confidence isn't built by never making mistakes. It's built by refusing to hide after making one. Some of the best performances you'll ever watch include misplaced passes, missed shots, and poor touches. The difference is those players never let one moment define the rest of the match. And that leads perfectly into the final habit. Because this isn't just about what professionals do. It's about who they become. Habit number 7, they build an identity, not just skills. Ask an amateur footballer why they train. You'll often hear, "I want better skills. I want to score more goals. I want to make the starting team." Those are great goals. But professionals operate from something much deeper. Identity. Instead of asking, "What do I want to achieve?" they ask, "Who do I need to become?" There's a huge difference. A player chasing motivation trains when they feel inspired. A player who sees themselves as disciplined trains because that's simply who they are. One player skips recovery because they're tired. The other recovers because that's what professionals do. One player blames bad performances on luck. The other studies them because improvement is part of their identity. Eventually, habits stop feeling like effort. They become automatic. Think about the footballers you admire most. They didn't wake up one morning as elite players. They became elite by repeating the right behaviors so many times that those behaviors became part of who they were. That's the real goal. Not pretending to be professional. Becoming the kind of player who naturally makes professional decisions. Bringing it all together. Let's quickly recap. Professional footballers train with purpose. They scan before receiving the ball. They review performances honestly. They compete in every drill. They recover intentionally. They reset mentally after mistakes. And above all, they build habits that shape their identity. Notice what isn't on that list. Fancy tricks. Secret exercises. Magic workouts. Those things have their place. But they're not the foundation. The foundation is consistency. Because football rewards players who keep showing up with the right mindset long before anyone notices the results. Imagine where you'll be 6 months from now if you improve just 1% every training session. Better decisions. More confidence. Sharper movement. Greater composure under pressure. Not because you found a shortcut. Because you became a different player. So here's your challenge. Don't try to change all 7 habits tomorrow. Pick one. Just one. Commit to it for the next 2 weeks. Master it until it becomes automatic. Then move to the next. That's how real improvement happens. Not through giant leaps. Through small habits repeated consistently over time. And one day, someone watching you play won't say, "He's talented." They'll say, "He's always in the right place. He's always calm. He always makes the right decision." What they'll really be seeing are the habits you've built behind the scenes. If you enjoyed this video and want to become a smarter, more complete footballer, make sure you subscribe because every week we break down the habits, decisions, and training methods that actually translate into better performances on the pitch, not just better highlights online. Now, tell me in the comments. Which of these 7 habits are you going to start this week? I'd love to hear your answer. And if you're serious about improving, watch the next video on your screen. It dives into one of the biggest mistakes that quietly holds players back, and once you fix it, you'll see the game in a completely different way. I'll see you there.